there and welcome to my YouTube channel, Julia McNeil Crafts. Before I start, I apologise already the fact that the desk looks like this. I have actually literally just finished filming a video for World Card Making Day where we made cards where I was trying to smash what was in my bit box because my bit box is just really distressing me right now because there's so much stuff in it. And I kind of laid it all out, and I know this doesn't look sorted, but it kind of is. We've got some characters here, and we've got animals here, and clouds and flowers and stuff like this. And I really couldn't be bothered clearing all of this to then pull it all out again to make another video. So I'm going to sort of film all the endings together later. But in amongst the bit box, because obviously I take my stuff down to TV World, so I've got little random things like this, you know, that was something that it was one of the stages I was showing. And same with this, and it's not quite finished. And this I was sort of showing that you can make a shaped card, and I've got both of those there. So because I'm on a mission to try and, you know, clear up the craft mess, then I thought let's just do that now, before I have to, yeah, I just really don't want to clear it all up and then get it all out again. So we're just going to start with the messy desk, and hopefully you'll see a nice tidy one at the end. So I thought let's make something with these 4 bits, and we'll see how we get on with that. So, oh my goodness, she's so cute. I think this could be really simple. We could just have her, and obviously I would mat and layer this onto some form of, what do you call it? Just onto another card. That's pretty. Oh, I like that already. I was saying in my last video, I think it took me into about the 3rd card to get into the groove of working through my bit box. I'm sort of like at 6s and 7s and all over the place, so I'm hoping it was cohesive. I'll find out when I go to editing stage. But now I seem to be just like picking it up and going, whoa, yeah, that works. So hopefully this one will be a little bit better. We'll see. It's all fun. The thing is, I like to view this as, I'm not an expert, I'm not like anything special. I'm just inviting you, my friends, to come and join me in my craft room. And some days that's going to be amazing. And other days it's going to be like, blah, 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 what am I doing? So I'm hoping that you don't mind and you can just take me as you find me. Okay, so we've got her. This is little honey tot. I forgot her name for a second. So many of the girls now that I do sort of struggle keeping track of it. That's a bit big. I don't want to take away from her, but I do want some flowers. What have we got? Do with some nice yellowy ones, I think. Right, I'm going to pull in, I might actually just make this really, really simple. Let's pull in some greens, pencils and things, and just grind this a little bit. Getting to the stage where I'm running out of desk to put things that I pull out. So I'm going to, oh, that's bright. A little bit of neon going on there. Look at that. That's not what I expected. Okay. And then I've got another one. Oops. Okay. There we go. Now we've created a little bit of something. I think that's quite cute. I actually really like the simplicity of that. I think I'm going to stick with that. What I might just do is grab my pens, and my new Moonglow pens. I really need to swatch these out. I'm totally in love with them. Right, so I'm going to grab one of the sort of orangey pinks and a pink, and I'm just going to add some like little dots in some of these bits, just to sort of almost like there's blossoms and blooms And then I think that'll be enough. A little doodled black border. And I think this one is good to go. So that's awesome. Okay. I'm not one for crafting with white space normally. I normally kind of clutter everything up, but I'm really, really liking the white space on this. Which is a little bit different for me, but sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good just to do something a little bit different. My throat is going really dry because I've been talking for over an hour as I've been filming different things. I'm going to have to take a big slurp of my tea. My husband did come in with a cup of tea for me, but it's just, I get so distracted by crafting that tea goes cold. And then I like reheat it, and then that one goes cold, and then I get to the point where like, no, it's already been reheated once, it probably tastes disgusting now. So I'll make myself a fresh one. And very rarely actually sit down and drink a full cup of tea. I'm always sort of distracted. Okay, I think we're just going to keep that as is. Maybe, should we have a sentiment just there? I will have a sentiment from this one here. Whilst I was doing that, I had a couple of mouthfuls of tea. So this one's Happy Tots. I'm not sure if we still have that one. If there is, it'd be like one. I know one of the girls of the Toadstool Tots sold out. Unfortunately, I'm not the one that we're getting back in. Right, but if not, this collection is also available as a digital collection. So. Right, so this says, there are so many beautiful reasons to be happy, and I'm just stamping that directly onto the page. I've used my VersaFine Clear. I'm just holding it just a couple of seconds to make sure that we've got the ink from the stamp to the paper. And look, absolutely gorgeous. I love that. I love that so much. Right, let's go on to the next one. Okay, so this is a card that sort of I half made. I think I did a bit of a mop-up using the stencils, and then we've got some paper elements that I've cut out. And that looks like a stamped element there. So just to help me focus of what's going on and how I can use it, I'm going to frame it now. Sometimes I find this a really useful thing to do because it just helps to draw the eye in. So sometimes I do this at a finishing stage. Sometimes I do it halfway when I get to a point where I may be a little bit stuck and I'm not sure what to do. Because just as it would draw the eye in of the person that receives the card, it'll do the same thing now for me as I'm trying to work out what I want to do. So let's have a little look at who we have. Actually, she quite suits that. I quite like that. I'm just going to go with that. Do you know what? What I have worked out is that I need to stop overthinking quite so much. I am going to have to chop a few of her legs off. A few of her legs? She's only got 2. It's not like she had 6 to start with, is it? I am going to have to chop the bottom of her legs off, but, you know, I think it's a sacrifice worth making. Do you mind sacrificing your legs, lady? Right, I'll just pop her there, I think. I actually think I need to pop her a bit further down so it looks like it's a deliberate choice that we've chopped off her legs. There we go. I've just left a bit sticky there now, which is unfortunate, but what you can do is if you just let the glue dry, then use an adhesive remover and these things can be taken off. She's been in my bit box for ages and I've almost got her out and almost put her on so many projects and then it's just not happened. So it feels quite good to actually get her used. So if I'm just going to lift some of this spare adhesive. As I said, you can just get a little adhesive remover and it'll lift it. That seems to have kind of removed most of it anyway. The other thing that I can do is let's just, if I just grab a little bit, let me go off because I don't want this too heavy. There we go. And we'll just bring in a little bit of colour around the edges. Just around there. Just, I don't want it too much because I quite like the bright contrast. So that's fab. What have we got here? Beautiful heart. Don't let the little things bug you, like the fact you have no legs. No, I think we'll just leave. We'll just leave that. Let's just give her a doodly border. just always feel that doodly borders are required. It feels like they are a requirement to life. Okay. And then further down the page. Right, there we go. I quite like that. Right, so then we have these ones here. And what I was trying to show was that you can create like sort of a shaped card, or if you wanted, we could do something like that. But I think I'm going to go with separate cards, just in that I don't have my papers out right now because I'm trying to deal with bits, and I would probably want a full paper in one of those. Right. Oh, do you know what? I'm just getting into chopping into people's legs here. Doesn't she look fab though? That's cool. Right. Let's see, what buttons do we have? Do I have another button? I will do somewhere, because I'm not, as I say, not fully even emptied all the bits out yet. But at least if it all fits in the one box after this, that will be delightful. Yeah, I like. Right, so let's stick all of that down. I'm going to chop her legs off too. And then I will grab a sentiment. So we've just, don't know, well, by the time I've put this up I might have featured it, but we've got the Button Beauties that came out, which have not been featured on the channel. Well, they have, in that I've like put the actual Hachanda stores. Should I 3D her? I think I might. I've put the recordings from when I was on the craft store app, but I've not actually done any actual crafting with it myself as such just yet. So that will have to come later. But a few of the other ladies have. So do check out their channels. We've got Dawn and Jenny, I think, both put up videos for this particular collection. And of course, if you're looking for inspiration, I do have a Facebook group, the JMC Crazy Craft Hive, so feel free to join that. We always have lots of inspiration going on in there. And also I do a live every Monday night on Facebook as well. So it gives, if you fancy interacting just a little bit more. Down, chop her feet off. There you go. Okay, so that's all good. I'm just going to turn these into dangles, because that always just feels essential to life. I'm not quite sure where the dangle obsession arrived from exactly, but it's there. I could put some of these colourful clouds on. Mostly just because we can. That's going to affect my dangles. Maybe not. Okay, what I will do is let's edge. As I said, it does help to sort of, I find sometimes when I get stuck, the edging makes a difference, because I suddenly start to see the project as a whole. And then because we're sort of seeing this half, I think, I mean, I said I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to get a full sheet of paper out, but that's where you see the contrast of a shaped card a little bit better. So I don't know whether I should get a bit of paper out and just fill that in. It sort of sits like that. What do we think? I mean, it's actually not too late for me to do that. What have we got here that we could... I'm havering, I'm getting to that stage where I'm havering again now. Let's do a doodly border. Right, so this obviously is gonna, but what I will do is I will open the card in a minute and finish that border so the border sits on the inside as well as the outside of the card, so it's not going to look random. And I think what I might do, just so that we see the contrast, is maybe if I got a distress ink and edged around the front part of the card, and then we've got the bright white of the backing part, that we might see the contrast a bit more. It's just I'm just trying to use up what's on my desk, and I feel like I don't really want to be pulling more stuff in, because I'm trying to, because if I do that then I'll cut it out and then I'll have a spare bit of paper again, and I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to use up what I've got, not create more stuff that's going to require being used up. Okay, so we've got that. So now so we've got nice bright yellows, haven't we? So if I grab, I've got an orange here, just on my desk. Let's pull this in here. And then if I use this, we'll have that coming in on this half of the card. You see now the fact that we're a shaped card just becomes a little bit more obvious. Okay, so that's that there. And then let me check my sentiments. I grabbed one of the sentiments from the Buttoned Beauty collection, and it's cute as a button, and I'm actually just going to repeat stamp that in various places. I just feel like I want a bit more of a contrast going on this side. So just adding it with the sentiment stamp. There we go, got some going upside down as well. That was a deliberate choice. There we go. So, kind of feel like I need some, can I manage to pull this up? Yep. Can't pull it up further than that, that's fine. I just feel like because of the way it works, it looks, I want it like coming underneath it as well, if that makes sense. So this is a really good example of, you know, you change your mind as you go, and like something like this that probably should have been done at the beginning gets done at the end, but it's not the end of the world. It just becomes one of those things. Here we go. So I just, because it kind of comes across there a little bit better now. I like that. And what I will do is let's add some splatters as well. Protect that side, and I'm going to protect her a little bit. And get some splatters on this side as well. Okay. There we go. And just get some coming into here. Sometimes if of the splatters look like they've gone in a straight line, which can sometimes happen when you've protected your work with a straight bit of paper. I just feel I need to put a few extra in a different corner, just to sort of get rid of that very straightness of it. Okay, so that's that one done. I'm happy with that. And then one more for this batch. So we've got a similar thing going on here. Let me see what we have. So we're seeing what suits the colourways. So we've got another little, I've got another little honey tot here. Or I've got this one here. Oh yes, I like that. And I like the contrast of the red and green. Of course, ooh, red and green are opposite ends of the colour wheel, so the green makes the red look redder and the red makes the green look greener, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's why doing stuff like that tends to work. What I'm going to do is, I need to give this little wipe. Normally that should go in a journal, but do you know what, I'm in such a mess here that I can't actually see how I would get my journal on the table as well. Right, I'm going to grab a green ink pad and I'm going to get some green colours coming up here, and then I'm going to switch that out and get a blue. That green is quite dull in comparison to that paper, so I'm also just going to grab a little bit of yellow if I can find it. There's a blue for when I do the sky, and the yellow will be here, I'm sure. She says, the last one to pick up. There we go. So that's, sorry, I've just realised I'm not on screen. So I've done that green there, and it's quite dull in comparison to the paper. If I just now get some yellow and bring that in, it's going to make it much more citrusy and probably match the colour of that paper a lot better. And I can tell that I have still obviously got black on my fingers from doing the previous stamping because I've just managed to transfer that. So it's going to give us an added little element for us to work with. Okay, so I'm going to bring the blue in now from the top, and this is almost so that I'm going to be creating some sort of scene for our dotty to sit on. I'm not loving how I've done my blending there, so I'm going to have to work a little bit to get that so I'm happier. Okay. I think we will be doodling and covering a lot of that up with some of this masses of stuff that we have surrounding us just now. So there we go, and then we've got our little dotty who will sit just there. Isn't she cute? Right, let's get in, and I'm going to do the same trick that we did with our first card, and let's draw in some grass. Don't have to think I am literally scribbling here, so don't feel you have to be an amazing artist. Don't be afraid to doodle and do different things like this on your projects, because you really can't go wrong with it. It is, like you watch me, it's literally just scribbling, and anyone can do it, and it's these sort of things that make your card yours. There's no way two people can scribble in the exact same way. Even if you were to completely copy what I'd done, it's going to look different. And that's cool. But now it's a bit more of a scene because it's a bit more grass-like, and we'll stick her on there. Let's 3D her up as well. I normally use cardboard for these things nowadays, but I still have a few remaining 3D foam pads from when I did used to buy them. That's good. And then I think we could put some of our funky flowers on there. That's not funky flowers, that's not a flower at all, it's a cloud. Right, but I think we could put some of these funky clouds on. Oh, it's absolutely disgusting weather outside there. My poor husband's had to go and collect my daughter. I mean, I have to say I'm quite grateful to be getting out of it because it is so disgusting. But, yeah, could have some of these flowers sort of peeking out over the edges. Let's do the red one underneath, so we've got the contrast, because it matches our little dotty, but I don't particularly want it next to dotty because I want to be able to see dotty separately. Oh, we've got a sentiment in red. Be happy. Don't know that we need that. Right, I like this a lot. This is working for me, which is marvellous. Got a few more, need a few more flowers and things. No, I'm quite happy with that actually. I think that's pretty good. What do we think? I've got a little leaf. Nope. Nope. Okay, let's just go with that, because I'm getting to the stage where I'm overthinking and there's no need, because it's looking good how it is. Right, I just want to put glue on half of this because the other half is going to protrude out the shaped part of the card. Put that one there. Putting these ones flat, but we'll have dotty raised. Okay. Oops. Right, and then let's get dotty down there. I kind of feel like I want something dangling from the clouds. But I'm not quite sure what. Also not disguised those, what do you call it, thumbprints. So we could, we've got quite a few of these flowers. Well, I should have quite a few of these flowers that are the red ones. She says, I know I've got loads. It's just now they're all missing. Okay, so I have found some more, and I found another one of these that I've coloured in red, which matches this one over here. So I'm going to pull this one in, get this at a nice jaunty angle, and then I'm going to use a couple of these now, just to build up a little bit of interest around here. So I'm just going to stick the two down, and then I'm going to chop what's left. Do I have another one of those coloured like that? Then I could have it sort of matching. Honestly, I kind of had this in such an organised fashion at the beginning, and then that has gradually become undone as I've crafted. Okay, I was trying to find another one of those, but I don't think I have one. That sounds like that's little Miss come home from school, so if it suddenly gets noisy, I do apologise. So we'll cut the edges of this off. Probably got two very soaky dokey people there, as you can hear. You can hear the sighs coming as I'm right, there we go. So we'll pop one there like so, and then I'm going to pop some here that are going to feature on the inside of the card. Like so. And then turn that around. I'm going to have to create mats and things. So when this sort of thing happens, I end up sort of decorating the back of the cards as well, just to sort of cover any mistakes. The same over here, so maybe rectify that now. But what I can do is, see here I've got some marks on the inside, but what I can do is we could just put some of these down. So I never panic. See if you end up with a thumbprint on the back of your card or the inside. Just find a way, and it actually ends up making your card look more special because it's like, wow, it's been decorated on the inside and the out. Oops. So I'll do that, and then all I need to do then is just draw a little stalk down. We'll have some little leaves, and then it becomes a cute little detail that's featured on the inside of the card. And as I said, probably what I will do is I will get maybe like the matching paper to that and mat and layer that on the back, and that'll help to cover what's going on there. Right, I'm going to draw my edge, and then we'll get our clouds in. So I'm going to do the same as I did before. I'm going to bring the edge over onto the extra bit, and then we'll open the card and finish it so that it looks right on the inside of the card as well. So we'll do that. It's a maze. I know I keep saying it, so I apologise for the noise, but you know, I craft in the house. I'm having a studio built, but that's slow going. I reckon I might be in it by 2025. I laugh, but like, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but there was a picture of my husband out on Saturday night. It was pitch black, and he was out in the dark, still working on the studio proof thing. But I wasn't going to put it on that, but I actually want it on there. Okay, so we've got that, and then, as I said, I will open this and just join that up. So that, again, we're decorating the inside so it looks far more like a feature. So it's all good. So I've got that, and then I'm going to put my funky flowers back in. We'll see how we feel then. So we had some of these. I'll pop that one. Because it's just fun. Why wouldn't you want an orange polka dot cloud? I'm going to put another one. And put it up there. I've got a little bit of a thumbprint here that I need to disguise as well. Right, and then I found I've got this here, so we could have, I don't know if it fits on now, but be happy, be you. So let's just, I'm going to chop that down, like so, and then let's just get this done. Okay, so we will do that. Like so. Because I like to edge everything. I do like to edge everything. Right, so I'm going to put the BU down first. Right. Be happy, be you. And we are definitely, I'm just gonna, I need dangles. I'm gonna colour these in black just so that they match the black and white theme going on. And also it's just going to allow me to hide some of the dodgy thumbprints. Oh, words! What I might do as well is I'm just going to maybe get my gel pens in again, or actually maybe my sparkly pen, and I'm just going to make those little black dots a little bit sparkly, just because it'll just make it look a bit more interesting. Okay, so, and This is my Sakura glitter pen. So glittery. So if there was a dodgy edit there, I am very sorry. My camera stopped working. So I was just putting a little bit of glitter onto those, what do you call it, dangles. And now I have grabbed my Nouveau drops, and this is the transparent jewel ones. And I'm just going to pop that over Dottie's little glasses. I don't know why, I find it much easier to do this technique with the, what do you call it, the Nouveau drops than I do with glossy accents. I have no idea why. But I just find it easier to get a much more even coverage. And I like this tip off Dawn. I'm just going to, sorry the camera's not there, but I'm just basically just bashing it a little bit. Just to try and make that a bit more even. So I'm going to let that dry. That's us done the 4 cards. So I'm going to let those dry and then I'll be back to show you the 4 cards completed. Okay, so there are those 4 cards all complete. Having emptied, well not emptied, having started to empty elements of my bit box. So thank you so much. Thank you for playing with me. Look at his little eyes. Little glasses, they're so cute. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining me. If you have enjoyed it here, please do consider liking and subscribing, and I will be back with some more crafty goodness very, very soon. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.